Next session. This is where we're talking about network monitoring. So again, for me, I attended this session not to learn about network monitoring in SCOM, which thankfully I know pretty well, but the presenter, a guy called Martin Hoot, absolutely fantastic presenter, and he's long-term System Center MVP. So Martin was delivering a session on network monitoring, which I thought would be valid to show to the audience here today, because a lot of people, particularly if you've got SCOM 07, would definitely be given out about the network monitoring functionality then, because essentially there was none. So, Ops Manager, System Center Ops Manager. This is essentially, you know, some of the features that it can do. I'm not going to spend too much time on them, but you know, end user experience, app monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, that's fine. Different synthetic transactions, you know, basically that's the sales pitch on Ops Manager. However, as I mentioned, a lot of people don't realize that System Center 2012 Operations Manager and 2012 SP1 Operations Manager now has some pretty significant network monitoring in it. First thing to note, if you're using something like SolarWinds for your network monitoring, and you're going to ask me, is it any better than SolarWinds or the deep level, you know, network monitoring tools, I'll say no, it's not. So, you know, it depends on what you need to get out of it. As an ops guy and an infrastructure guy, I don't need to know about how to fix that Cisco, you know, OS or whatever the problem might be on the Cisco device or whatever the device might be. But I do need to know if there's a problem on the NIC, or if there's a problem with the fan or the CPU on that particular network device. And out of the box, System Center Ops Manager can do that really, really well. So we've got all different flavors of SNMP supported. IPv4, IPv6, both supported as well for your network devices. Essentially, if it's got SNMP monitoring available, or if you can use SNMP on it, you can bring it into SCOM. And it doesn't have to be a network device. You can see some of the bits and pieces here. Firewalls, routers, hubs, switches, air conditioning units. We went in, did a consultation with a customer a couple of years ago about SCOM, and you know, I was talking to him about IT service modeling and distributed applications. And at the time, you know, the customer was saying, look, here's everything that we have in our environment. Bring that into SCOM. And I said, great, can you show me a data center? Bring me down to the data center, we have a look. It was on site. We went down, had a look, and yeah, everything they pretty much told me was there, but I noticed their air conditioning units, big APC devices, they had network interfaces on them, and there was no cable plugged into them. So I said, guys, look, you know, if you plug a cable into that and you enable SNMP on it, you can bring that into SCOM. And that would form part of your distributed application. Because in your data center, if your air conditioning units fall over, and on the rarity that it's a sunny day in Ireland, yeah, you're going to have some problems. It's the point I'm trying to say. You can monitor just about anything with an IP address in System Center. You can. How deep that monitoring goes is certainly dependent on, you know, whether it's SNMP or whether it's agent-based, whether there's a management pack with it. But at the very minimum, you can tell whether it's up or down. So, what's monitored? What do we get out of network monitoring with System Center? So, you know, again, this is where if you've got SolarWinds or a comparative product, this is where, you know, have a look at this and mix and match in your head and see, does this give you what you need, or do you need to go much, much deeper? In most cases, most people that we ask, you don't need to go too much deeper. Yes, there might be a team in your environment, or there might be a third-party company that are managing those devices, but, you know, for you, this is all you need here, just to know whether it's up or down, whether there's utilization or memory issues. Connection health, VLAN health, you know, it can go deep. I mean, if the device supports SNMP, and if they have, Microsoft used to have a thing called certified devices. They kind of still use the term, but they've moved away from what they used to have, an Excel spreadsheet where, you know, it had something like 800 or 900 different vendors and models of network devices, not just switches, but, you know, all types of network devices that were supported as certified. And if it was certified, you got, you know, processor utilization, you know, you got the deep level stuff. If it wasn't certified, you still got SNMP, you got port interface, you got chassis, but, you know, that was pretty much it. So you can get some pretty neat dashboards. Again, this is all out of the box with System Center. So this is the network node dashboards on the far left there. That's what's called a vicinity dashboard. So you could see here, you could go, and once Ops Manager is looking at your network devices, you can say, tell me about all of the network devices within 2 hops. And it will go off and it will show you all of the devices it knows about 2 hops out. And then you can go 3, 4, whatever amount of hops you want. And you can also select a little tick box to say, show me computers. So if it knows about Windows servers, it's not going to go and blast out all of your client PCs, but if it knows about Windows servers in SCOM, it will also show you those connected servers in this vicinity dashboard view. And each of those can be scaled out to be a full view if you so wish. That's a SLA kind of performance view on the network devices, details view, and then you got like the likes of response times and stuff like that. So pretty neat out of the box stuff. Aidan, was it Aidan, John? You did the virtual networking earlier, didn't you? VMM. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. So we can also get right into all of that nice virtual networking that you're developing or you're configuring in Windows Server 2012 and VMM, Virtual Machine Manager. So not only does it do physical, but it will see all of the virtual and the converged infrastructure. This is a massive change for Microsoft. The previous iteration of the management pack, or if you like with SCOM 07, that could even do some sort of network monitoring, hadn't got a patch on this. So again, you know, another good use case for the network monitoring feature.